we are so excited to have this wonderful, awesome detective on. Now, as we continue our discussion on safety prevention this week, I wanted to highlight some of the tips for the ladies, and I have my good friend who has served on the Birmingham Police Force for over 21 years, and especially from the hit TV show First 48. Y'all, please welcome Detective Chris Anderson.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Man, that segment we did last week, it was too short because it's. I'm just gonna let you go ahead, man, because it's a lot. As more people are meeting on dating apps, what's one of the things somebody should do before a first date?
So what I say is, and this may sound a little unorthodox, Rickey, but I got to say this: have the person send you.
Hey, you're not on speaker, are you?
Before you meet with them. No, I'm not.
Oh, your phone sound muffled. Go ahead.
Try that again.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So I know this may sound a little bit unorthodox, Rickey, but I say, have the person that you're meeting send them a copy of your driver's license before you meet with them. This way you'll have a documented picture of this person. And look, the person that you're going out with, you can tell them, look, you can block out any information, your driver's license, social security number, but you want to have at least a name with a photo. And you take that photo that they send you and send it to another person. That way, someone knows where you're going, who you're going with. This way, it gives law enforcement a lot of lead if something were to happen to you. And I always tell my friends or my wife's friends that are going out on dates, always tell somebody about your date plans. You should let somebody know and make somebody aware of where you're going, because there are a lot of open missing person cases. And this is some of these cases are because, these people don't really tell other people where they're going. So it makes it much, much harder if something happens to you and you don't have any leads to go on as a law enforcement officer.
Right. Now, with online dating profiles, the purpose is to share who you are. But what information should you leave off of your profile to make sure you're not giving somebody too much information?
That's a great question, Brad. And I always say, avoid from putting too much information on your dating or too many details on your profiles. I advise people not to use your last name, contact information, your social media handles. And ladies, what you should do is you should check your online dating profiles and check your other social media accounts. If you have lots of information that would make it easy for a stranger to steal your identity or track you down in real life, then you should reevaluate what you're sharing. Also, it is very, very easy to do a reverse lookup in Google. If your dating profile has photos that also show up on your Instagram or your Facebook accounts, it makes it easy for someone to find you on social media and track you down. So I suggest using unique photos on any dating profiles.
That's really smart. Detective Chris Anderson is on with us. And, I've been hearing a lot about an increased number of women being assaulted by men dressed as utility workers. Now, before allowing someone into your home, what should you check for?
So I suggest everyone invest in security cameras for your house, like a Ring or a Nest or something that you can talk through. Before answering that door, you talk to that person outside. You can ask them to show you their company ID or their driver's license. I always believe in having some sort of recorded documentation. This way you'll have a record of it if it's recording on your Nest camera.
Hey, Chris,
if it's
I had your cousin, Big Pookie, sitting up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Look, but see, this is what's happening with some of these folks that are being assaulted by people that are dressed as utility workers or delivery persons. It's an unscheduled visit. So calling Pookie them sometimes it's kind of it doesn't help you because it's unscheduled. So if it's an unscheduled visit, I always say contact that company. Contact that company and make sure that they know that they have an employee there at your house and it's an unscheduled visit. You can always tell them or tell that person, look, man, I can't do this right now. I don't have time. And, feel comfortable. I say arm yourself in your house and Pookie can't come over to your house. I say you need to arm yourself and call 911 if you feel uncomfortable.
And hey Chris, have you ever seen the and I have bought these for people in my family, the taser pistols?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If somebody getting close to you and feel uncomfortable or attack, you can shoot them with it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And it's a little bullet that come out, and it's going to make them think that it's a gun. It's going to explode, and then they can't see or breathe. They're going to hit the floor, and that give you time to get away. It ain't going to kill them unless you shoot it straight down their throat, but I don't think they're aiming that good. They come with they come with lasers and everything. What do you think about that?
I said, look, I always advise arming yourself or getting some sort of protection, something that you feel comfortable with. But the main thing that I notice most people don't do is they don't train with it, or they don't prepare for it if those situations happen. What am I going to do? How do I escape this person if this thing happens? If someone barges in my front door and I have this taser, where am I going to put it where only I know and I can get to it if this thing happens? That's the one thing that I don't see a lot of people doing. So if you're going to do that, if you're going to buy a weapon or arm yourself, always go and get training, no matter what type of weapon it is.
And you can take tactical and situational training.
Absolutely. I have a network of people all across the country that are doing this type of training to help keep people safe. One in particular is in Atlanta, Georgia. And if you follow me on my Facebook or some of my social media, I'll give you some of the training that they're doing and hook you up with the person that's producing that training. It's awesome. And I believe in getting training for everyone, no matter what type of situation you're in.
Hey, y'all. I'm telling y'all, if y'all listening right now, he is absolutely correct. Because you're going to either be on one end or the other. All y'all talking about y'all scared of look guns or things that look like guns. You don't want to be on the wrong end of it, because I've been on the wrong end of it, but now I'm on the other end of it, ready to protect myself. And every time I walk to a parking lot or walk into the job I'm checking my surroundings. Sometimes I drive around the building twice, make sure ain't nobody hiding. If there's some corners, I got them doggone bar lights on my little truck, and I hit them lights. I make sure that I'm safe or whatever. Let somebody on the inside know that I am on my way in to be looking out the window. Yeah. I'm talking about like I'm over. I don't care. I almost like it, but just being that prepared, I can walk in my job or go anywhere with confidence or whatever. And everybody need to be on high alert because it's really, really dangerous.
Right. And look, when people are looking to victimize you, they're looking for those unsuspecting people, Ricky. So I believe in always being prepared. Always think about the situation before you go into it. That way you can already formulate a plan. Because once it happens, it's too late to think about a plan then. You need to already have a plan of escape before anything happens.
Mm-hmm. Wow, man. Well, man, we are so happy to have you. Let everybody know if they want to see that video on how to stay safe. Let everybody know how they can follow you on social media.
You can follow me on all social media platforms at Detective Chris Anderson. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow me on those platforms. I'll share more information to help keep you safe. Let's have no more victims in 2022.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, sir.
So, a lot of y'all, listen, I'm going to say this. It's a lot of people in the cemetery. Had they only paid attention to detail, you just can't sit up here and say it was his. No, it's not. It wasn't some of them time. It was not some people's time. If you pay attention to details or whatever, you will live longer. It's a lot of people in the cemetery that just simply didn't pay attention to details, and they became a victim. So you got to look around, check your surroundings, stop talking about if God had it all in his. No.
Preach.
No. Yeah.
Am I right or wrong, Chris?
You're absolutely right, Ricky. I mean, look, most people that are looking to victimize you, they are looking for the unsuspecting person. That person that's not paying attention. That person that's busy with their phone. And sometimes, sometimes you have your kids with you and they're acting up. You have to make sure that, you talk to your kid before you go out in the public and say, hey, listen, I need for you to just be quiet until we get in the car. Let's get in this car and let's get out of here before anything happens.
Right.
You know, you can teach your kids at a very young age to stay
Right.
about safety. So, look, and Ricky, you're absolutely right, man. We have too many victims. We want to just do everything we can to keep people safe. That's our goal for 2022.
Yeah, y'all don't have to take it as far as I take it, because sometimes I've been caught at my job crawling across the grass with camouflage on, just to go about 5 or 10 yards into the door, just doing the most. But I
The most.
Do that dive and roll.
Chris, I be blended in with the grass, crawling across the grass, when I could just simply walk on the sidewalk. Why I got to go through the grass and through the bushes just to come to work?
Face painted and everything.
Yeah, I got my face painted. I be doing. Chris, I be doing the most, Chris.
He sure do, though.
And then I'll drop and roll, and then I'll dive. When the door open, I'll dive. When I hit the thing, I'll dive in there and do a roll, and I be... I'm in therapy, though. I'm in therapy, though.
Hey, Detective Chris Anderson, man, real quick before we let you go, can you explain one more time that if anybody out there get any kind of criminal trouble, not to blame their mama?
You know, look, the worst person that you could probably blame is your mother. Now, I mean, this is the woman that gave birth to you. You know, that is the worst. That is the worst. You look, y'all, next time I'm on the show, man, I got my funny story about that whole case.
No, we're going to bring you back. Everybody, y'all, if y'all done see this episode of First 48, man, Detective Anderson was interviewing that dude, and he tried to blame his mama. We're going to tell that, Chris, we're going to have you back next week, because we're going to have you back next week till we get tired. We love having you on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for the one and only. And he got a new TV show. What's the name of the show?
Reasonable Doubt on Investigation Discovery, the ID channel.
There it is, man. Detective Chris Anderson, y'all.